taken a quick stock of how global markets performed last week as well as how they've opened up on this Monday morning. All major US indices closed the week higher, so weekly gains for all these indices. It's a third straight weekly gain for all three US indices. The S&P and the Dow were up 5% for the month. For the month of October already. The Nasdaq is up almost 4.5% for the month of October. So good news all around on an overall basis. However, the Dow was the only index which gained on Friday. The S&P and the Nasdaq both closed lower. The Dow was up around 1/5% on Friday, and the Dow futures are currently trading absolutely flat. In fact, with a negative bias in early trade today. The S&P 500 fell around 10 basis points in trade on Friday, while poor earnings led the Nasdaq Composite lower by 4/5% on Friday. Moving on to Europe and Asia, European markets closed higher on Friday. In fact, all indices gaining quite well on Friday. The investor sentiment obviously grew better, given better cues, especially from Asian markets, from China as well. Evergrande making some interest payments, at least reports suggesting they've made certain interest payments which are due on 23rd of September, which they've now made, which led the Evergrande stock to rise almost 4.5% in trade on Friday. Asian stocks otherwise closed in the mix on Friday. They've started mixed today morning as well, with the Nikkei lower in trade, the SGX 200 in the green, while the Kospi was absolutely flat in early trade today morning. The SGX Nifty Futures closed lower for a fourth consecutive day, down over 0.5% in trade on Friday. However, SGX Nifty Futures are slightly higher in early trade today, up around 10 to 11 basis points in early trade today. Commodities, London Metal Index closed 1% lower on Friday, so commodity prices cooling, with copper and aluminium closing marginally lower. However, iron ore closed 4.5% higher, so not good times for especially for steel companies. Oil prices continue to inch higher. They are above the $84 a barrel mark, which is again not good news for emerging markets. Brent also closed at almost $86 a barrel, not closed rather, they have opened at almost $86 a barrel in early trade today. Gold rises on a softer dollar. The dollar has obviously softened over the course of last week, trading down in 3 out of the 5 sessions of last week, and gold is now closing in on the $1,800 an ounce mark. The dollar index on Friday also fell. It was down around 14 basis points on Friday, and it is absolutely flat in early trade today, down around 3 basis points as we speak. The US 10-year Treasury yields also have cooled off. They are below the 1.65% mark in early trade today, while the Bitcoin looks quite stable at the $62,000 mark. That's a roundup of how markets are looking early this Monday morning.